Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make simple tabs by using HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So as you can see on my screen, I have three tabs like HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and I'm also using three kind of things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript in real-time application. So there is no need to use jQuery, Ajax or maybe another frameworks. So I work on a hard-coded language and I do the code in a JavaScript, basic JavaScript and a custom JavaScript. If you already know about the HTML, so it is very easy for you guys, and if you know about the CSS, so it's also very good for this. And if you know about the little bit information of JavaScript, so it might be helpful for this kind of making the tabs. So thank you. So let's get started. So now first of all we need to make a simple structure of an HTML, and here you can see in my screens there is a structure of an HTML. There is no coded, and you just need to make a simple index.html file and write this kind of code. So what we have to do, that we need to go towards step by step. So first step we need to apply, we need to make an HTML structure for the tabs. So what we're gonna do, that we just have to apply the simple h2 tag, and we have a tabs of tabs of HTML language. Okay, what we do, that in the next step I'm going to make a simple div. It's called div. Div, as you know about the div is in a container tag, and I just apply the formatting of this kind of application, formatting of my code. So how can you format it? You just have to press Alt, Shift and F. So this is a shortcut key of making a format for your code, and I'm using a Visual Studio Code. If you have a Sublime, so you can install the formatter, alright, at Prettifier. So Prettifier is the best for you making a formatting of a code. So here I'm just using a simple class div, and in this div I just make a simple class. So what is the name of class? Is a tab. Okay, so after all I just apply the button, and this button is kind of simple, you know, that is a class called tab links. And then what we're gonna do, that in this button I'm just going to show this HTML, and I have to make a simple class. Okay, I already done it. So what should we do, that we just need to apply this buttons in three. How many tabs you want to show on your screens, how many tabs you want to show on your website. So I have only three tabs, like an HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So now we see this, what is the result of this kind of application here. Yes, you can see this HTML, CSS and JavaScript, CSS. So we have three kind of buttons and we have done. Okay, so what should we do, that in the next step we just need to apply another div. After this div we have to apply the another div. It's called it div, and this div is might be looks like a ID. And in this div what we are showing, that when you click on HTML button, so what going to show that. So I'm just showing this HTML, and this what is the name of my div ID is HTML simple, and here is a class. So what is the class? Is a tab content. So tab content is basically a simple content which you show on your website. So here I just use an ht tag. In this ht I'm just going to show html and html. So in the paragraph content I just showing this html is a hypertext markup language. So basically I written this div for calling when the user click on HTML tab link. Okay, fine, that's cool. So now we have to go towards in the next step. I just copied it and pasted here three times, because I have three buttons, CSS, JavaScript, so I need to add three times this div. Okay, so this is the CSS and this is the JavaScript. Okay, that is the tab content, already I defined it, and here is the CSS, and CSS means that cascading style sheet. So what is the cascading style sheet? As you familiar with, if you want to apply the designs on your website, if you apply the layout, good manners, and showing something different, so you need to use a style sheet. Style sheet is the most important part for the web designers. So that is the basically thing of this style sheet. And now we are going towards on the JavaScript. So JavaScript is a client-side scripting language, as you are familiar with this. So JavaScript, and this JavaScript I have to add JavaScript is client side scripting language. So now that is the cool thing, and we have done to make three different divs. So now going towards on the CSS part. So what should we do? That we have to apply the CSS. So we need to go towards on the head tag, and this head tag I just need to apply the CSS. So how can you start to make a CSS? You need to apply the style tag in the head of your HTML, and here is I need to use an style tag, style. So in this style we just need to add a body. So body has a font family. I'm using the font family. Now here I'm using a selector. This is called the type selector. If you apply the complete tag name, so this is the body tag name, there is no dot and hyphens and anything else. So this is the type selector. This is the type of selector, you can say that. And what is the name of this selector is a type selector. And what is a selector? This is actually a selector which you calling this name, like the body and ID, that all are the selectors. Okay, in the CSS case. So this is the body, and I'm applying the Arial. Arial is my font. So body has all kind of stuff. This is showing like a home, so I'm just going to show that this is the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. All definitions are showing like this. So what we have done, we need to apply the another thing is like a tab. So that is my tab. So where I call it tab I we call in a JavaScript form, and I call it in a div. So this is the overflow property. Overflow should be the hidden, nothing to show that. And border I think so should be, so we need to formatting like this, so that basically looks like a pool. Okay, after that overflow and border should be looks like a 1 pixel and solid, and that is called like this. What happened? Background color should be looks like hash f1. Okay, fine, that's cool. So now we have to check it out what should looks like. As you can see, this is look like that. So in this case I'm just going to add a button, and what should we do? That we need to apply the button CSS. So that is the important role of the CSS. You can see this, the difference. Button, in the button tag we just apply the background color inherit. So what inherit is do that? Inherit means that you are overlapping your colors with the tab. Okay, so this is called inherit. So I have a parent color like this, so it inherited towards in the button. Okay, and now we just have to apply the float property. Float should be the left. So what is the float? It's mean that it's overlap, it's, you can see this, it is override on the main web browser. So here is the float, left, right, bottom, left and right. So you can use it for navigate your components towards on the left side. So that's why we use that. Border none, border there. I don't need to use the border. And outline, yeah, I just need an outline, but I think so this is not applicable for the outline. And cursor should be the pointer when you uh, move your mouse onto the navigation, onto the tabs. So what it should that like this, the pointer. And padding should be 14 pixels and 16 pixels. Okay, fine. And now finally we have to use the transitions. So what is the transition works? Transitions 0.3 seconds. And font size should be 17 px. That's look pretty much cool. Now we just need to see this, the result, what should it look like. Now you can see this is the narratant of the background and it shows like this. Okay, so we have to apply the another kind of code. So what should we do that? We just need to add another specific css.tab. And in this tab we have a button, and button should a pseudo class. Pseudo class means that when you going towards on the mouse cursor, when you move your mouse cursor onto the entire button, so it shows it run the trigger and it shows something different colors like. So how can that the result will appears after moving your mouse onto the button. And when you leave it, so there is nothing to show that. Okay, so background color should be SVG. So what happened when I move my cursor over here, so it shows like this, as you can see this. And I have already applied the transition, because so that's why it's showing smoothly. So transition actually works like this, 0.30 seconds, as you know. And what button would be active when website loaded? So the tab is a div, and in this div we have a button, and in this button we have active. So dot active means that. And now what we should, that background color looks like ccc. So now we can see this. Here is an active things. Okay, button is not active right now, so tab links. Okay, when you apply the JavaScript, then it works. Okay, fine. And what should be happen with the tab content? So we just apply the tab content here, like that tab content, and this tab content display none. And padding should be 6 pixels and 12 pixels. Okay, and here is a border, 1 pixel solid and hash ccc. And now we have a border top. So border top which look like a none. Fine. What is the result looks like this. Now there is nothing to show that, but when I click on the button, so it appears after calling the JavaScript. So now our CSS and style sheet part has been finished. So we need to apply the script on the entire page. So what should we do that? We just need to add a script tag after this div. So I add an script. You can see this script. So here is my scripts, and in this script I just make a function. In this functions, this is called open. We can make that open language. Okay, fine. And we have to create two types of parameter. As you familiar with the parameters, like I had just make an event, and second one with the language name. Okay, I have two types of parameter here, and I just declare in a variable var I and tab content. Okay, fine. And I think so we have a tab links. Okay, so tab links. So what about next thing? We just need to make a simple content and get the IDs and do the effects on that. So I just make a tab content. Here is my tab content. Here is my tab content, and it's equal to the document dot get element by ID, and I get an element by ID. So this is not a need for this. I just need a class name. So what should we do that? In this case, we just have a get element by class name, and class name is looks like tab content. So I already defined this tab content here. You can see this is the tab content. Okay, so what happened, I just need to make a simple loop to make more effective. What should I do that? I just make a simple for loop. For in this for I is equal to the 0 and I is less than to the tab content. Okay, fine. And dot length and I incremental operator. In this loop, what should we do that? We just need to apply the tab content, and tab content has apply the ID, and this is the array, and it gets a value from the loop, and apply the style dot display should be equal to none. So now we finished this kind of thing. When you click that, it's nothing to show that, and after that we just add to apply the tab links. Here I have a tab links, and I get again class name. What should we do that? Copy it and equal to the paste it, and this will be the tab links. It's fine. And now after tab links, we just need to apply the for loop. Okay, fine. So for loop should be looks like this. So I just copied it and add again for loop. So for loop has again value I, and this is not a tab content, it will be the tab links, and the length and I incremental operator with the tab links. So tab links, and the tab links should the class name will replace class name should replace okay, the class name is equal, I think equal to the class name is equal to the tab links, and tab links would be the ID I, and that is a dot class name dot replace, and it replace towards active. So as we discuss about the active, pseudo class active, and there is an empty space, so no need to add something. And after all these things, so we need to apply the document dot get element by ID, and what we have to apply the ID is a simple language name. We just need to copy it and paste it, so it works like an ID. So dot style dot display is equal to block. Fine. And now what happened, it occurs an event, so I just have already created this event, and I copy it and I paste it here. So dot current target is a property. It's works like what should be the current target after you calling this kind of stuff, active. So current target should be active, and now a script works has been done. So what should we do? That we just need to add this event and you call it into your button. So how can we call it? So you just need to add this kind of button like this. So I have a tab links here, and in this tab links I just add the on click event, and on click event I add this event, and this event has first property should be the event, and the second parameter argument should be the value, which we get this like id. So I just have to apply this kind of id here, html. Okay, and then we just add to copy this kind of stuff and add it here. So this is the css, and this will be the javascript. Okay, cool. So just let's see either it works or not. When I click on home html, this is not working. So what happened? Just we see it in a debugging mode. So I think so it has a 4 errors, like which type of style is not defined in an open language, index 69, line number 69. We just go towards in line number 69. So here is a dot style. Okay, we apply the comma, don't we use that dot style. Okay, fine. And now let's see it works or not. So as you can see this, there is no errors. So we have done this code, and now you can see this is the tabs of an html. If you apply the colors of a background, if you want to change this color and it's not looking like a good thing, so you can add this. And you, if you want to add a multiple, you can say that, so I just want to add one more div tag. So how can I do that? I just copy it and paste it here. This is called, and the name of my code, like I just say that this is not ASP.NET, this is the server-side scripting language, and tab content is already here, and I added this ASP.NET. And what is the ASP.NET? active service server page. So now and this is a .NET framework. .NET is a .NET framework. So we need to add another button. We called it, and I call it this button, like copy it and paste it here. So what should we do? That we need to apply only, you just need to add this id, nothing to do that. Okay, so I copy it and I add it here. Okay, fine. So now let's see it's worked or not. So now you can see this is a javascript, but why it's showing the javascript? Because it's, we are not edited this ASP.NET. Okay, so let's see. Now you can see the ASP.NET, and you can see this ASP.NET active service page. So it is also the responsive, because I have applied the css here, so it works like awesome. So if you want to change the color of the background, or maybe changes something another, so this is the hover, I just apply the red color. So yes, it looks like RGB 141 and look like this. So when I click over, so it's and changes into the RGB. Okay, no, I'm not doing like this. I just want another color. So red. So red color is a good for those. So you can see this is a hover of a red color, and the background should be the black, and the text should be the white. So many things you can apply from the css, and this is the active thing. So I just apply the active, look like a green. So I hope you can understand. It's weird, okay, this is not an active thing because there is no active page here. When I click on this, so now you can see HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all of kind of stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video, as I hope you will learn about the tabs of an HTML. If you want to add these tabs in your React project, or maybe in your another project, in Electron project. It might be works on ASP.NET, and if you want to add this kind of tabs in your ASP.NET project, so you can easily add it. It's not a big deal. So thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe my channel and keep share with your friends.